What's going on YouTube? Thanks for coming to the channel, FlavMedia. Today we're going to be talking about the EC-300 from McDSP and the LOFI Space from Waves. We're just going to be adding some automation and some type of dimension with this track. Let's get into it. Let's go. Thanks for coming to the channel, FlavMedia. Today we're going to be talking about this hip hop track. I'm going to be using a sample from Cymatics, the 808 Mob Melody, and I have it loaded up in the ALCHEMY sampler granular plugin. Great for Logic. You can use any sampler. I'm just using this ALCHEMY just to demonstrate, what you can do with this as far as the effects. Let's listen to the dry version of the sample. And that's going to be the dry version of the sample. Now, I'm going to add just a little effects on this. I'm going to put a bandpass filter on this. Okay. I'm going to add a delay on this. Let's hear that. Going to add a band reject. And you got to have that fat compressor. I think Camel might have made this. I think Logic bought them out. So that's what we're working with. Now let's just hear this in context, just solo with everything. Okay, so that's how it sounds. Now, let me just bypass what I have here. Big difference. Like I said, you always want to try to have your soundscape correctly adjustable to how you want it to sound. Now, some people's sound palette is just not up to par. Let's put everything in. And this is what we're working with right here. Okay, so that's what we're working with. So the next section is I'm going to be using the automation in the lo-fi for this, just to add some dimension. I'm always going to have my master bus or output, whatever you want to call it, with a black box and the J37. So you're going to hear that. Now with this sample, it was kind of, a little dull. So I am using the SSL 9000J. Now, have I ever used the SSL 9000J? No, I haven't. But I did use a 24-inch Mackie analog desk, which was lovely. That was my analog start. It had the preamp section, nice preamp section. You had your EQ section. It didn't have filters. It didn't have no compressor. It didn't have a gate. So you had to manually patch all these things in. Now, this is what it's going to sound like with the SSL. Versus bypass. Okay, let's say that again. With bypass. So I'm just taking out some frequencies I don't like. This is going to be the track without the LOFI space. Now I'm going to activate it and just let you see. I'm going to be automating the mix knob to give it a little whoosh. So when it drops, you know something's coming in. Let's listen to it. Okay. And this is real simple to use. You have your echo here, you have your reverb here, you have your time, beats per minute, host, milliseconds if you want, your feedback, 44.6, your level, how high, you want it on ping pong or off, your reverb, the length of the reverb, spring or plate, level of that. You have your high pass, low pass, mono, mix, and that's it. Real simple to use. Now I'm going to be using this on in tandem with the snare. Now let's listen to the snare, see what we have with the snare. Now the snare is bypassed. Let me just, and like I said, I am using the SSL on this snare. I'll do a tutorial on this. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, comment on this. Let's just listen to the LOFI space with the snare without. Giving it that dimension so it won't be so sterile. Okay. That's how that sounds. Let's take it from the top with just these two. And I'm going to be talking about the EC-300 on the claps and the hats. Let's see what we have. Okay, so that's what we have on that. Now I'm going to go to the claps. I'm going to be using the EC-300. I'm going to be using the magnetic. I did do a review on this. I'll leave a link in the description. Great free plugin. I'm not sure if it's still free, but I always like free plugins. I'm not going to lie. So this is going to be on the clap. This is dry. Let me see if I can solo this. It's subtle. Okay, so you can look at that. Not too much going on. Right? Not too much, right? Now I'm going to be adding, this is going to be the claps. I'll leave the claps here. And this is going to be the hi-hat. Makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. Let's hear everything. And make sure you hit the like and subscribe on this. I'm going to be bringing more tutorials on this specific hip-hop track that I'm doing. And that's all I'm going to have, and see you next time. Thanks.